just make sure if it appears on my screen. Alright, there we go. It's there. What is up, guys? TLG here, back for another podcast. Podcast 28. I'm Alan, and here we have Kai.
I'm here.
And Henry.
Hello. Sorry for the late join.
Nah, it's okay. You made it just in time.
Damn, bro.
The timing. So yeah, we got Henry, we got Kai, and we got Shadow. So yeah. So Blake and anyone else are probably gonna come in later on, probably for the Pokemon segment. But for now, we're just gonna talk about the Nintendo Switch Lite that was revealed today. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. So, is anyone surprised that this thing got revealed finally? Because I'm not. Oh, what the heck?
Hello?
Yep. Yeah, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
We're just experiencing some lag, I think.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so let's talk about the Nintendo Switch Lite. What do you guys think about it?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Alright.
Well, the only problem I have is that I hope it's not gonna be like... Well, actually, it's likely gonna be kind of like a... let's say a version 2 of the 2DS, you know?
It's essentially what that is.
Yeah.
It's the 2DS of the Switch.
It makes... I have mixed feelings about it.
Mm-hmm. Alright. It's very interesting that, they sort of took out some of the features that the original Switch has. Like, it doesn't have HD Rumble, it doesn't have the IR scanner. And I think, like, for $200, it's a good price.
The Rumble and the scanner is, like, very nichely used. It's, like, only used for one to Switch and, like, a few other games.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I could see, like, someone not liking is that there's no gyro.
No gyro? Oh yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
there's no like gyro thing anymore on
That's
it?
what the HD Rumble was in the
There's no motion. They took out all the extra stuff. All you have is just the basics. And they replaced the directional like circular directional button on the left side with a D-pad.
which apparently was
yeah.
a major gripe with the original one.
Yeah, because you need to detach them. So
Yeah.
So Kai, you were saying some stuff earlier in the Skype chat, so do you wanna like sort of repeat yourself what you said earlier? Like
yeah, give me look.
Yeah, because you guys were talking about it a lot this morning, and so I think it'd be good if you guys brought it up
everyone
here.
was watched the announcement because it just popped up like I think it was like 30 minutes after they sent it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about it. It seems like... I don't know, kind of like scummy, I guess. But not really scummy.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know, it just doesn't, it doesn't rub me the right way, that's what I mean to say. It could have been done better. I find it
Doesn't
weird how
feel
you can't
right.
detach the Joy-Cons. It doesn't feel right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't detach the Joy-Cons. That gets rid of, almost the whole hybrid thing about the Switch, you know?
It's sort of like
Yeah,
the name.
That's the thing I said, where the whole it goes against the whole concept of Nintendo Switch, which is one of my 5 points, which was being a hybrid console. If it's just gonna be a dedicated handheld, you might as well call it something else other than the Switch and just said, "Oh, it plays Switch games." Everyone would be fine with it. But
The 2.0.
The Switch 2.
And the thing is, it doesn't have any better hardware though.
Yeah, it's just like the regular Switch, but smaller and less features, but at a reasonable price, at $200.
Like 20.
I mean,
Oh, the hand.
Storage
Give me 1
is
second.
the same, I'd assume.
more battery, but like.
Hello? Okay. Just trying to see if, because you guys are cutting out a lot, so I just want to see if that'll fix it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting lag on my side too.
Yeah, it's the Discord. It's not acting up.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. What were you saying, Sato? Or are you done?
Oh.
So yeah, so that's like the whole thing about it is that it's essentially it's no better than a regular Switch. It's just cheaper. Like that's the only difference there is of each other.
It's kind of like an off-brand Switch if you think about it.
It looks like an oversized Game Boy, like one of the old Game Boys.
Yeah.
But then they put batteries in them.
This is literally the meme of like how to turn your what's it called? It's literally the meme of like how to turn your DS into a Game Boy. And this one the guy grabs the DS, snaps the top screen off, and just like slides on the cartridge. You guys know the video I'm talking about, right?
Now
Yeah.
you gotta do it with the Switch.
Yeah. They just took the dock, crumpled it into a ball, threw it out, and like super glued the Joy-Cons to the side.
No. They used the what was that one peripheral that they had where we didn't have the C-stick, we had like something else that gave us like a second D-pad or a circle pad.
Wait, what? That was a thing?
Yeah, there was an attachment where because if remember they had the new 3DS games and people were like DS games. So they made a peripheral where you connected to 3DS where it give you another circle pad. And also like an extended D-pad as well. And so essentially that's what the Switch Lite is that essentially a 3DS with that attachment.
Yeah.
Alright.
What the hell?
Oh yeah.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I'm just looking this up right now.
And we are confirmed that it cannot be docked, which is a bit of a annoyance.
Yeah, this is
That's just
only
stupid in
an
my
handheld mode.
opinion.
I mean, the only problem the only way you can dock it is if you use a third-party dock. But the whole point is like, remember how like when we had that whole debacle of like using third-party charging dock stations, and when a lot of people lost their data because of the lockout of using third-party charging dock.
Yeah, like I just find it stupid. That's the only way to put it. This is just stupid.
And if that happens again with the Switch Lite, a lot of people aren't going to be very happy because A, you lost all your information, you can't get it back because it's soft locked, and you have to go through a lot just to get all your things. So
The fact that you can't play this thing docked is actually so bad, because so many games run at like I am an FPS like scrub.
Like you care more of like
The
frame rate and resolution.
Yeah, like I care a lot about frame rate and res. That's why I was very skeptical when I heard that Witcher 3 was coming on the Switch, because I was thinking like, dude, this thing is so heavy on computers, it barely works on consoles, and it's coming for the Switch. When I saw it, I'm like, yeah, it has potato quality. Now I'm imagining that thing on the Switch Lite. How bad is it gonna be?
144p.
Yeah.
That was the problem with the first Switch. People like underrated it.
Yeah.
the thing that this is more for like casual people that like don't have the money to buy a regular Switch console.
Me.
And so,
Yeah.
this is like a discounted essentially where anyone
Yeah.
can buy it and you can just enjoy whatever game. The only problem is you're very limited because if a game requires motion controls like Splatoon, you're not gonna do very well and you're gonna suck. And
Yeah.
most
Well, I mean-
part, it's not gonna be easy.
I mean,
Well,
personally, from a
Hi,
standpoint,
Hi, we
like-
know you play without motion controls because you were forced to for an entire
I know,
year.
but it's
We
not
know that.
like in a personal level. Like I understand it's hard, but you give it like a good week and you're already supposed to warm up to it. Because like sure, Splatoon is like relies on motion controls,
Motion
but it
controls.
doesn't like demand it.
Yeah.
Like the
It's-
game's very doable. It's just
It's doable, but that's the thing. Like, it was made to play with motion
There-
controls. So when
yeah,
you
like,
force the
there's
player to
a-
play without motion controls, it immediately is just like no.
yeah, there are some restrictions.
It's like playing. It's almost like playing Dark Souls on the computer. It's like playing Dark Souls on the computer. You're still gonna play with a controller. You're not gonna play with the mouse and keyboard.
I wouldn't know. So
I mean, that kind of takes away from the experience too, because the whole experience of Splatoon is using it with gyro. That's the whole idea of the experience. But if you remove that experience, all it is just another regular shooter. Like, there's nothing
Yeah.
special about it.
I mean, I know there are some people out there that like don't like get motion sickness. So I'm pretty sure this is like the console for them. but like, yeah, like I see what you mean though. Too much controls.
Yeah, that's kind of the only takeaway I do of it. Oh, and then the need for like extra controllers, because since you can't
Yeah.
skip the Joy-Con thing, you have to like spend even more money than you already have.
I kind of see the Switch Lite as like a console not meant for family. Like it's like your own personal Switch.
Yeah.
Because like if you look at most of the people using it, it was only like meant for them and them alone. You know.
But the thing
And the
that I
fact it
find
has
dumb is the
colors,
fact that
too.
like the Joy-Con like switching, like that's actually a good point. Like the fact that you can't take out the Joy-Cons and play with them individually.
True.
Yeah.
But
Like-
they'd have to sell like different Joy-Cons, wouldn't they? Because they'd be like a different size.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
a bit
true.
smaller.
I mean, make more money, but it's just more.
Like I just feel like it's
Development.
it's like it's Nintendo trying to pull on Apple, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Or it's like, it's like you got the regular version, then they have like the cheaper version, but it's got like less things in it.
Yeah, it's like
And
the
then-
iPhone 10 and iPhone X.
Yeah, but not only that, but then like there's also the fact that like, oh, for that cheaper version you gotta buy its own specific like little things, you know?
Brands, yeah.
Yeah, it's some little like peripherals and stuff. I just find that, nah, I don't like it.
Hmm.
And the thing is, it doesn't even come with a kickstand or anything at all.
Yeah, it doesn't do that. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I find stupid.
I found that odd, yeah.
I mean,
So now you have to essentially buy what I have, which is like a hybrid case where it actually acts as a stand while folding it. But I don't think that's designed for the Lite, because the Lite, I looked at the Lite, it's as big as the Nintendo Switch already, without one of the Joy-Cons. That's how much smaller it is.
Yeah, there's also
That's
no
what I
stand
do.
in the back apparently.
There is no stand, yeah, no.
Yeah, because you don't really need a stand since it doesn't have like the separatable Joy-Cons.
mhm.
And it
I'll
wouldn't
be
need for
disappointed.
docking it either or setting it down.
Yeah, like I'll be disappointed if I find out that you literally can't even like play with like the single Joy-Con. You're gonna have to play with two or something.
Well, I mean, that depends on the game at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they brought up 1-2 Switch and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, 1-2 Switch is like the only exception
Well, that and
to that rule.
well, that and Mario Party, because you also play that with one Joy-Con.
Oh wait, but you also have like the little
yeah, for sure.
the cardboard box game.
Yeah, it's not supported. Yeah, this is not going to be supported by
Snipper
Labo.
clips.
Oh, and
Labo,
snipper clips. Yeah, yeah.
You can't use Labo, 1-2
Yeah.
Switch. Actually, anything exclusive to the Switch
Well-
by itself.
I mean,
well,
yeah,
handheld mode
the,
specifically.
The dock symbol on the back, remember?
Yeah, like obviously this does have restrictions. Like especially you can't play any games that that only play in handheld mode. I believe, like Mario Party, because like in Mario Party you can't play in handheld mode, so that game would be pointless
No,
for
you can't
the
play
Switch
handheld
Lite.
mode, and
Like there's literally no point to getting Smash on that thing unless you're gonna be playing online only.
Yeah, if you're playing.
yeah, because
But it's still gonna be. But then yeah, but and also it's not even gonna be worth it. Like I wouldn't get that because of the fact that I'm not gonna be able to play with the GameCube controller.
yeah, that's also another thing. You can't, because there's no dock. You don't have access to USB ports or anything of the line.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah,
was like a 3D part or 3D third party.
yeah.
You have to essentially get a third-party dock that's literally designed for the Nintendo Switch Lite.
I mean, I'm sure Hori's already working on
Yeah,
that.
maybe manufacturers will probably
Oh,
get
yeah.
on that.
I have no doubt they're working on that, but I mean, like,
Another
that's
shitty
more
ass
money you have.
broken
Like, that's
piece of crap.
because that's the thing. There's more money you have to shell in. Like, you might as well have paid than bought a Nintendo Switch. Period. Have the dock and everything else in between, and you have essentially two controllers
I
already.
feel like
by
that's what they
default.
were expecting, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
And I mean, at that point, this is essentially like a DS or a 3DS. It's a personal thing. It's not like the
Yeah.
Wii and the Wii U where it's a console. The whole point of the Switch is being a hybrid, and you fix both problems. Now this is only having one of the issues, being that it's just a personal handheld.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, obviously this does have some downgrades to obviously with some of the features.
It's just I don't know.
I mean, I heard like the
Rub me
upside.
the right way. It doesn't seem right to me.
I mean, I think the upside for this is that it does have like a 20 to 30% better battery. Because
It's slightly better.
yeah, it's like it's a
not
bit better.
by much.
Yeah, not by much.
It's like the 2DS. again, it's like the 2DS example where the 3DS has all these things and it loses a lot of power because it has all these extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But with the 2DS, you only gain battery life, but you lose everything else that makes the 3DS special. So
Yeah.
So you're losing everything that makes the Switch special, just for a little bit more battery.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that's literally all. That's literally all.
I don't know. I mean, and this is coming out on the same day Link's Awakening is coming out, and it's just fun.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I find it funny because the
No.
original Switch came out when Breath of the Wild came out, and now the new
Interesting.
Switch, the Lite, is coming out with another Zelda game.
And it's almost a
Everything's
light
coming
Zelda
out
game.
with Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Everything's coming out with Pokemon.
yeah, and there's gonna be a Pokemon Sword and Shield version of the Lite version.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And the whole idea is to come out with the Pokemon game. That was the whole, I guess, concept of the idea.
Yeah, but I think that version's coming out the same day as Pokemon Sword and Shield.
It's gonna come out a day before after the actual game.
The
comes out.
what? Sword and Shield version?
Yeah, Sword and Shield.
It comes out like 7-ish days before, I think. I think that's right.
You think so? I don't know. I feel like it's gonna sell well regardless. Mostly because families
I'm
want to
actually
get it for
pretty-
their kids and stuff.
It's 7 days before the release because it's released on the 8th.
One game I'm excited to play is Cadence of Hyrule.
Yes, that's a game I want to get to, but been busy right now.
That game's been mixed reviews, to be honest.
Because the
I
thing
can see
is, like,
why, but, no.
I love to death Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the coolest games I've ever played.
Mhm.
So seeing like almost like a Legend of Zelda spin to it, which Legend of Zelda has some of the best music I've ever heard. Like that is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I feel like some games could fit like when it comes to like, this handheld type system.
Yeah, Tetris, Hollow Knight,
Yeah, like-
SLS.
Yeah, and I know like there's gonna be some people that are buying this for Pokemon, for Animal Crossing, so it's more catered towards the casual
Kevin.
audience. Yeah, to Kevin.
Yeah.
But he already has a normal Switch, so why would he
Yeah.
waste money to get, a light version?
Yeah, true.
But I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's gonna sell very well, especially during the holiday season, because people.
I don't doubt it's gonna sell, like especially because of the fact that like what is it? I'm forgetting which right now. Give me a sec. Ah, damn it! I'm forgetting words. Nah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, but why do you think why do you think it's not gonna sell well, Henry?
Well, I don't think it's not gonna sell well because like it's Nintendo. It's gonna sell, of course.
Yeah, and
It's not gonna sell as well as
the original Switch.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think it's gonna sell as well as the Switch because one, people already have a Switch, and two,
So it's gonna be less of a demand.
yeah, there's less of a demand, and also for the fact that like people got the Switch for the fact that it's a hybrid, and this is literally just a good 3DS.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the reason my parents were super excited for me to get a Switch and even bought a bunch of games because it was gonna be a family thing. We're gonna be able to play like Mario Party, Mario Kart together.
It's essentially the Wii concept where it's a family thing.
Yeah,
But the whole
Fuck
the
them.
whole point of the console series of Nintendo back then was this is for the family, and then we have the handheld if you want something that's private for yourself. That was the whole idea of the two of them being separate. But since you merge them together, you only have one market to deal with, and you can serve out more to this one console than having to split your teams and have multiple developers develop for one console or one handheld. You can just do it for one whole thing that can do both.
yeah.
And that's the whole idea. That was the whole problem it was supposed to fix. But now we're coming backwards, and you're having to now.
Hold on, the call kind of cut out a bit.
Efficiently or effective as a regular, because you can't dock it. You're stuck with a small screen, and most likely you'll just be stuck with just one other person with a pro controller or you have to buy 2 Pro controllers or something, or 2 Joy.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like Mario Kart or something, or Smash, and you're just gonna be looking at a tiny screen at 720 FPS.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it exists. You know, it took it took like 2 years for Nintendo to make a light version, a small version during the Switch's lifespan. So, you know, it's kind of cool that we have it right now.
I mean, yeah, like personally, I'm gonna buy it because like, when I first got my Switch, it was like, oh, you know, it's cool because it's a Switch. It's meant for the family. So my family thought. But now that it's a family thing, and I managed to get the drifting problem in my first month, I kind of want my own personal console now. Like I'm tired of sharing, you know, just the Switch with the entire family.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting a bit overdone, really.
And that's where you'll be interested in picking up the Switch Lite.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's in my price range. At least
Yeah, I mean,
price for
$200.
year.
It's all right. It's a good price, I think.
I mean,
in my opinion.
to be honest, like I see like the downsides of it. Like, yeah, it has no gyro. The rumble's not there. But in terms of that, I really see that as like more of an inconvenience. My only worry is the no docking situation.
Yeah.
Because I live in a family of 6, and like it's very non-existent. So like putting anything anywhere is really just like a dangerous game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I guess figuring it out is just part of the problem. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and like I think we mentioned earlier, it's more for other games than a bunch of specific games.
Mhm.
Like I think the Switch Lite is more for the general audience of like that they play third-party titles or anything else that doesn't require all these extra features that the Switch has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like playing an RPG, you don't need a giant screen. You just need a screen and controls, and that's it.
Yeah.
And for anything that's like basic, you can just all you really.
All right. So, do you guys have any more thoughts on the Switch Lite, or do you want to move on to the next topic?
I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. Hold on. One problem we didn't say
Okay.
the
The
control
drifting problem.
drifting issue.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Wait, the what?
The
The drifting problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's shown up a lot more in like 1-year-old consoles, like people that have had it over a year now.
Yeah, like on Joy-Cons, it's been appearing a lot. I had to fix both of mine, and they were each 1 year separate from each other.
Yeah.
Like Mars Joy-Cons, like just like do that all the time.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah. And send them to get them commissioned over to the Nintendo official headquarters to have them fixed, and then sent them back. They work fine now, but I'm not confident
Skeptical.
that they can last again.
Yeah. Honestly, I assume it's in relation to like a usage type thing, you know, because like I since I have like a big family, I assume that the Joy-Cons did this because I have like 4 brothers, and you know one of them's bound to fuck something up.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, people play Legend of Zelda, and it's happened randomly. Like,
Yeah, that's where it started from.
Yeah, that's what happened to me as well.
I don't think it,
Yeah,
I don't
it
think
started
it
with the
matters,
Zelda
like,
game.
I don't think it matters as to how careful you're being. I think what matters is the part placed right, or is something not right that is just gonna corrode a lot quicker.
Mhm.
Yeah, it has to involve something with the hardware or like the wireless communication towards like the game.
Yeah.
That's what I would assume too. But like one of the guys I know in school, Shane, he's been playing ever since he got Smash, like in March. He's been playing it nonstop. It's like literally the only game he ever plays now. And like he's just been hacking at it, and like so far, he play at school and it would be fine. And then one day he came in all mad, and he's like, "Well, guess what? My Joy-Cons are drifting." And I'm like, why?" And he's like, "I don't know." And I'm just like, "Well, maybe it's because you use them so much. Like maybe there's like a gyro thing in there that messed up."
Also, Blake said something in the chat right now. He says they really need to make
Which is the
Joy-Cons
weirdest
more
part.
cheap so you can replace.
Everything else is fine on
I always
Which is
think
like
there's something to do with like you pushed them in the wrong way, like clicking the button, like you turned it too far. I don't know.
But I mean,
Well,
if you're
I
supposed to click them down, that's kind of their function. They're supposed to.
Yeah, but I mean, some people can take it a bit too rough.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean, but like
Yeah.
that kind of is like really confusing.
They really need to make Joy-Cons more cheap so you can replace or make other controllers compatible with the Switch cheaper. I mean, yeah, I feel like the prices for the Joy-Cons already is like way too expensive. I feel like they should sort of lower the price a little bit down.
$40 is reasonable for a pair of Joy-Cons.
Yeah, I mean it's
Well, for one Joy-Con, actually, no, $40 is for one Joy-Con. It's $80 for two.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what. Yeah, it's best to like lower it to like 50 or 60, $50 actually. Like I understand why, because it has like all the technology.
Yeah, $50 for one Joy-Con and then 80 for like.
Because my Pro controller is $50 and it's off-brand controller, or make Joy-Cons more sturdy, or so if they don't malfunction, they'll still work. Yeah, or like something like that. Like make them a bit more sturdy so that way they don't start to malfunction like right early or eventually down the road. Like they'll still work from like a year or two later. So yeah, I see where you're coming from, Blake. All right, so is that it, or do you want to move on?
I mean, I'm done. You guys got anything else to add?
I think that's
Shit.
all the points that we had against the Switch Lite. Other than that, it's an okay idea.
I mean, it's just there really for marketing.
And for casual people that want to.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I showed it to my dad.
Fuck the casuals.
I honestly like when the trailer hit, I showed my dad it, and he does truck driving, so he's like always on the road. And he fell in love with the Switch. Like when I showed it to him, he's like how much is it? I'm like, it's $200. He's like, oh, yeah, we're definitely like I'm gonna buy one for myself because like he's like a hardcore Mega Man fan. And like
He's gonna want to play Mega Man 11.
yeah, so he's gonna play like the Mega Man collection and all that shit on like the on the Switch Lite. So I'm like, yeah, go for it. I mean, as long as I get my own personal Switch. And he's like, all right.
As long as you give me one.
Fuck it.
Which?
So yeah, this is more of like a solution for like people to travel.
What'd you say, Shadow? The typing. Just like Henry, I think it's typing.
What?
I couldn't hear you because.
Wait, give me a sec.
Yeah, because Henry was typing. Yeah.
Mike's is.
Can you repeat what you said, Shadow?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, or not. Okay. Alright. Wait, Kai, what color are you gonna get real quick before we move on? Like.
I would want to get like the turquoise one, but I'm kind of hanging towards more the yellow.
I could see the yellow
Getting tired of the gray.
I could see the yellow. Be your style.
So I had like the Wii U. I have the fucking PS4, which is also black-ish, and then I have like the gray Switch, and it's just like it's too much darkness. I need something like to stand out, so I know where it is.
Yeah. Or you could get the special edition Pokemon one, which is still the same price, which I'm surprised about. Because normally they just they upscale the price because it's a special edition. Normally, but I'm
I find
surprised
it odd that they're releasing it like a few days before. Like you figure they'd sell it with it, so like the game can come with the Switch.
And then it'd be like $300 for two of the both versions already in the system.
Blake says, because my Joy-Cons have not been good for like a year, but I refuse to buy more or send them in to fix because I need to save for college and I don't feel like wasting $80 to buy something that will break in a few days.
Yeah, I had the same thing too.
I can see that, but it's like, but in the condition of the Switch Lite, if that does not function,
Yeah, you're
there's gonna
fucked.
be a lot of problems because you have to send your entire.
Yeah, that's where Nintendo can't fuck up there, because if that happens, then oh boy, that's
Yeah,
gonna hurt.
Yeah, and in
that
general,
is
that's kind of
true.
just dangerous because there's so many like problems with shipping. Like, there's so many things that can mess up in potential ways.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the only time you can actually send it to fix is within their like 1 year warranty that's guaranteed by Nintendo
Yeah.
by default. But if the problem happens after the year, you're essentially screwed and you're stuck with a console that is completely useless because you can't play games efficiently.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so you'd essentially have to buy a pro controller for a handheld device, which makes no sense in the first
Yeah.
place.
I'm gonna wait till next year's Black Friday to like buy it because like I want to see what everybody else's reaction to it, like the drifting problem, how that's handled,
Yeah, and see if
if it
any issues
occurs.
occur.
Yeah,
Yeah, see if any issues occur and then buy it. And if nothing
Yeah.
happens, then you're in the clear.
Yeah, because I don't want to do the same thing I do with this one, where it's like I bought it, it broke, I said fuck it, got a pro controller, and just didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
With me, I don't know. Like with my Switch, I essentially just use it for exclusives and indie games.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Like my Steam wishlist was just like, oh, Hollow Knight, Salt and Sanctuary, a bunch of games like that, and then it's like, oh wait, they're coming out the Switch. Never mind, I want them portable.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's sort of like me as well. Like if I just want to lay down in bed, that's what I do.
Yeah, I'm planning on like buying one for a friend of mine because he's always wanted to play Warframe with me and he's never been able to because he has an Xbox. So I'm like, oh, there
Warframe.
was only a cheaper version of the Switch. Oh, look at that magic! But now I'm just gonna wait because if yeah, but if it turns out that it's bad, then that's not gonna be a good investment for anyone.
Warframe is a blessing
think-
of a game. Just leaving that out there.
I think a good question to ask now is, with the Switch Lite being smaller, what do you think Nintendo's gonna do with the Switch Pro? Because people are saying they're gonna go bigger, but the Switch itself is already uncomfortable. Like personally, like it's uncomfortable the size it already is now.
Mhm.
So making
Well, I
it
mean,
bigger would just be
That's more for like the form factors due to the Joy-Con. Like
Yeah.
you can just put little like rubber grips to fix that, but with the handheld version, you're gonna have to get like a gel case for the light version just to fix that problem.
yeah.
For the Pro, honestly, I think they'll keep it the same size. If anything, the screen might
better.
the screen would have the screen would have like a higher resolution or something. I think it definitely just be like a hardware upgrade, you know, like a better processor, better graphics card, and just overall
Yeah.
like better stuff like that.
I mean, it's initially what they did with the PS4, really. I think.
Yeah.
For the most
Like
part,
PS4 Pro and
better
Xbox
Yeah,
One
just-
X.
software.
Change the RAM and the chipset, and you'll be good to go. Because
Yeah, because the Switch has the Tegra X1.
as long as you have more power and more graphical ability, you're fine. But as it stands now, the Switch is okay. The Switch I'm giving it an okay.
Yeah,
The
I
Switch
agree.
Lite is an if because it's very.
Yeah, because
I mean, there isn't much
So-
information on it now, so I mean,
Yeah, it's too early to call it out, but like
this is just like mostly speculation, if anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
at this point, everyone's just trying to figure out
Spitballing.
what in the world it's gonna do or what will it do.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean we got 2 months till it's released, so we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Alright, so why don't we move on to the next topic, which is sort of talking about the first half of 2019 so far in gaming, whether it be with Nintendo or any other game companies. So, what do you guys think? The first
I
half.
think it's been a very like rocky road.
It's felt slow to me.
Yeah, we haven't had that many releases this year, unlike the last
That's-
2 years.
Yeah, not that many exciting. Like if there aren't any.
Like there are titles, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but they're also spread out that it almost does not matter.
Yeah. Like there's very few things that I have gotten like extremely excited for this year. I think probably the most hype that I like had this year was, besides like Smash DLC or like Banjo and stuff, was probably like Season of Opulence in Destiny 2. I think that's probably the highlight of the like first half of 2019 for me.
All right, that's cool.
I'm still hyped about Hollow Knight Silk Song, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, yeah, it's alright. I mean, I've been playing Katana Zero. It's really fun. I really like the game. Teams.
Of Hollow Knight,
It's the Dark Souls of bugs
of platformers.
and Slug.
It's the
The Dark Souls of bugs.
It's like if Ants Life and DC teamed up and just made a better, game than what DC would make.
there's this one.
Because we know they can't be trusted.
This has a different type of bug, but I love this. There was a joke which was like, oh, so you guys know how like at the end of movies, like in post-credit scenes, sometimes they will have like the bloopers of like the actors just like messing up.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, a game should have something like that. When the post-credit, you can see like all the funny bugs and stuff like that. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
someone
just fucking around.
and then someone commented, bro, Bethesda lets you experience them firsthand. Don't worry about it.
Like in post production, where they're just making like loading up all the gags that happen.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what Toy Story did at the end of their first run. Or something similar to that.
One of the best things, I forget what movie, or if this was like an anime or something, but there was this one movie I watched. No, it was Disney. Yeah, it's Disney that does this, where whenever there's like what's the word, like a blooper with the voice actors, they'll actually animate the characters having a blooper moment.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah.
specifically like in Toy Story. Remember?
I think it's
I love-
Disney that does that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, they're fucking funny as hell.
Hmm. Especially like as a kid.
Yeah. No, but I agree. Like beginning half of 2019 is just like it's been boring.
Nothing interesting.
Yeah, I've been literally just being bogged down by all the events that the various different games that I have. There's literally just nothing new out so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just search this up. 2019 game releases. Like what's been out so far?
Resident Evil 2 remake. Devil May
Oh,
Cry.
yeah, Devil May Cry 5
Yeah,
was a good one.
I mean, there's been quite a lot of releases, I would say, but they've all mainly gone under the radar in terms of popularity.
Yeah.
I mean, Mario
Yeah.
Maker's a hit, but that's
Mortal Kombat.
seemingly under the radar if you like.
Well,
Just like-
I mean, Mario Maker is Mario Maker. What did you really expect?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna sell gangbusters, which it did. Oh shit. Mortal Kombat 11 did well. Same with Devil May Cry, Resident Evil 2,
Forgot that exists.
Division 2.
Yeah, like there's basically only like you said, Devil May Cry, Resident Evil 2, Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, I feel like the games that have come out this year, like they've made popularity, sure, but it's like days.
Yeah.
Like if you take a look at like fucking Mortal Kombat 11, it was popular, yeah, for 2
But it's
days.
just the thing-
Then it died.
it's just
Yeah.
a little bit of the same thing.
Yeah, there were the Far Cry, which were pretty good. Oh my god, Jump Force, that was just horrendous.
Yeah, Jump Force, a lot.
Oh yeah, no, I heard that Jump Force was like bad in terms of like the animation quality.
No, like not even that. The game, like, I watched the video because for me it was just like, yeah, the game is animated horribly. It looks like garbage. But then there was a video explaining like the fundamental problems with it, and then I was just like, okay, never mind. This is actually just disgusting. Like just combo systems, combo breakers, unbalanced characters, just a bunch of stuff like that just makes it horrible. And when the DLC came out, I was excited because I'm like, yo, they're adding Kaiba, they're adding All Might, and they're adding Bisky. I love all three characters.
Hey.
And then I saw All Might's animation, and I threw up.
Yeah. Dude, I was excited for Kaiba. That's. I was like, damn, let's go. I mean, I haven't got Jump Force. I'm waiting for a price drop for that. Cause
Alan, you're lagging out a lot.
like I was excited for when they revealed Kaiba for Jump Force. Like I'm probably gonna get Jump Force at a cheaper price. Not paying $60.
Black Friday.
Yeah, Black Friday.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell I'm paying full price
Definitely.
for that game. But yeah, it is definitely like I would say so far the most disappointing game so far of this year. So yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about for the first half 2019? Any thoughts you want to add in real quick?
Yeah, there was Sekiro as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right, Sekiro. Another game I probably want to try out in the future. Cause you said you had it in your wish list, Henry, and you wanted to try it out, but
Wait, pardon?
Didn't you said you wanted to try out a Sekiro?
Yeah, Sekiro is definitely on my wish list. Because okay, I am a massive fan of Souls. Like I have literally the only Souls game I haven't played is Demon Souls,
Mm-hmm.
and I even like all of today was me actually preparing like a streaming setup for me to be.
Oh, bit of lag. Hello?
Two. I'm not sure. I might be two first so that I don't go into the game blind. Just go into the game blind, but I love the series so much. And when I heard about Sekiro, and when I heard that it was harder than Dark Souls or Bloodborne, I'm like, yo, I have to play this game. I have to see this for myself.
There you go. You think you'll?
The only thing I could think of is that it would just be like a big shame that it's only hard because of a lot of bullshit mechanics that it ends up happening.
Yeah, like the search, that was bullshit.
This is the thing, like
Yeah,
with
there are a
Sekiro.
lot of games there are a lot of games that are hard, but they're like unorganically made to be hard.
Yeah, like, okay, that's something that me and my friend talk a lot about, which is the difference between real difficulty and artificial difficulty. An example is like fighting, like going Dark Souls New Game plus 7. That is difficulty. That is going to be hard for you to do, right? Like, because as the game gets, like, as you go on through the new games, it gets harder and harder. But like, it's like Dark Souls is like all of the Souls games are a good example of difficulty. It's something that you die, but then when you die, you're like, oh, I died because of this, or I died because
Like,
of
you
that.
learn
I'm
a
being too
lesson from
aggressive.
it.
Exactly. But then stuff like playing the hardest difficulty on like Call of Duty or Uncharted, like dude, that's not difficulty. That's literally just the
That's just
enemies have
aiming
higher health
distance.
pool. Just
Yeah.
the enemies have higher health pools and deal more damage. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
That's like same like I've been playing God of War 4. I love the game, but it's fake artificial. It's artificial difficulty. It's literally just things are hard because they two hate you and they have a stupid amount of health.
Like, it takes or just to kill one character.
Exactly.
Normally would,
It's
yeah.
the same thing as hard mode in Pokemon. How in Black and White they decided to put a hard mode, and all it is like, oh, the opponent's Pokemon have 10 more levels. Oh, gotta go
Wait,
grind.
there was a hard mode in Pokemon Black?
Yeah,
What the
you
hell?
had to beat the game. You had to beat the game to unlock it, and then do everything all over again.
So it was like New Game Plus.
Get New Game Plus.
Yeah, in the game.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, essentially it's just your opponent has 10 more levels than you. So all you're doing is just having to put more grinding effort onto it. That's not difficulty. That's just making the game bad for the sake of being bad.
Yeah.
Just poor game. Not poor game design, but like.
It's just
No,
poor
it's
game.
design. That'd be design.
Yeah.
You just poor game design. Development would be like if the game was like glitching like hell, you know?
Like
Yeah.
Sonic Boom or like fucking.
Oh my god,
Oh,
Sonic Forces.
don't get me started with that game.
No, Sonic Boom. Sonic Forces was okay.
Yeah, it was okay, but Sonic Boom, oh god, no.
Yeah.
I don't even want to
Sonic
think about
Boom in my head is like, imagine if you just put like a baby in a toaster and said huzzah and then popped it when you were halfway
What?
done.
it. Oh god.
They put
That's
like
what I
they
feel
put
about
they literally it's you guys know like like ooh woo we did like we messed up on the Google things like the
Oh,
code
yeah.
monkeys.
Whoopsie foopsie.
Yeah, it's literally that. It's the fucking code monkeys made this game.
Alright. Alright, so I think that's about it for 2019 overall. So next, let's go to the last topic of the podcast, which is Pokemon Sword and Shield controversy.
The Pokemon Sword and Shield debate.
Yeah. So,
I am mad that they got rid of the National Pokedex.
yeah, a lot of Pokemon fans are, well, yeah, majority of them are pissed off about that.
Okay, here's the dumbest part. People are still arguing about that, but they already got an answer from the developers. If your movement had so much force that it forced the hand on the developer to answer your question, you've done your job. You've literally done your job.
I mean, yeah, you made him answer your fucking question.
The
Like,
only thing you can ever do that would top that would be not to buy the game and for the sales to be
boycott.
really
Yeah.
yeah, to boycott the entire thing. But that's not gonna happen because a bajillion other people are gonna buy the game. Like,
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
Pokemon,
people
for God's sakes.
boycotting like the iPhone. That's not gonna fucking happen.
yeah, it's an iPhone. Everyone's gonna want one because it's a fucking iPhone.
Hmm.
And it's the same thing with Pokemon. Everyone wants Pokemon because it's fucking Pokemon.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Like, no
Like-
matter complain about it. Like, yeah, people complain about the Battle Frontier. Who really play the Battle Frontier? Like, it's a low percentage of people who play the Battle Frontier.
What even is the Battle Frontier?
Never heard of that.
Oh dear God. Okay, so essentially the Battle Frontier is like a bunch of mini games. In like you have battles are like different. So you have battles where you're holding random items, or like the field is different. Like it has an
Mhm.
effect where like all your Pokemon are burned or poisoned or some stupidity that literally has nothing to do with like the actual game itself. It's just like random events that
Okay.
happen because the only one that I probably bet a lot of people use was like one where you battled different like AIs, where they had like different variety of Pokemon, or like you rented a bunch of Pokemon because you wanted to see, oh, is this Pokemon worth getting? Like those are like the only two facilities that I could
No.
ever see was ever
One
used.
one criticism that Sword and Shield doesn't really deserve is how people are like, oh, like the open world is so bad animated. Like, for God's sakes, guys, we're basically seeing like the beta of the game.
Yeah, it's because the funniest part is on the bottom of every single trailer it says gameplay not finalized or something
Yeah.
of the like. And everyone complains because it looks terrible. The fucking tree, the tree. I hate that. Like, just go to hell. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's literally just like Jesus Christ, people. Like the game is in beta.
yeah. The game isn't even finished, and everyone's complaining about it. Let it finish, because Breath of the Wild didn't even look any good. Like when they showed it off.
No, Breath of the
And-
Wild looked terrible when they showed it off.
And it was on the Wii U. Keep in mind, and they cleaned it up to make it look okay on the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
So this is and Breath of the Wild is no small game. Literally everything is open world in that game. And for it to have terrible graphics from day one until what we have now is a great achievement. And keep in mind, Game Freak is an even smaller like company with only the last number reported for their staffing was like 143 staff, and that's not to count because it's also split because people aren't considering that they're making Town. They're making their actual other game called Town, so they don't take that into account. So they're half staff. They're working on another game at the same time, and if you
People are
delay
just
it,
stupid.
yeah, no. Okay. So when I saw Gigamaxing, I was like, "This is just Mega Evolution, but you inflated every single Pokemon."
Speaking of that, they don't have Mega Evolutions or Z moves in this, and I'm also mad.
Well, I don't care for Z. Z-moves are fine and can stay where they are. Megas were a whole different mechanic. But now you give an excuse of doing Gigamaxing, where it's essentially 3-turn Z move that's also a Mega.
Yeah.
But then the stupider part is it's only for specific versions of the Pokemon, because not only do you have to get the species right, you have to get the specific Pokemon that can Gigamax.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is in the Pokemon website. Keep in mind, this is official information. That not okay. So you know how Corviknight can Gigamax, right?
Yeah?
Not every Corviknight is gonna be able to Gigamax. Only a
That's-
specific,
That's actually stupid.
which means you're gonna have to take time to. If you want to Gigamax Corviknight, you're gonna have to go out of your way to find one, to get one, then if you wanted to take it into competitive to like have good stats, you then have to roll the dice so many times on getting the stats right first. But then the other next issue is it worth trying to get one that Gigamaxes or not? Because you only get one Gigamax and one Dynamax. But they both count as the same thing. So you only get one of either one.
Oh wait, what's the difference between Gigamaxing and Dynamaxing then?
No. Dynamaxing is for every single Pokemon. It just makes them bigger and have more
Yeah.
bigger health.
Picker.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like I have a Lucario, but it can't Mega Evolve because it doesn't want to give a shit about Mega Evolve, so I can dump that Lucario and get another Lucario that wants to Mega Evolve and probably has shittier stats or something.
Okay, yeah, that's actually like stupid.
Pokemon
The
racing.
only the only saving grace that this has is that bottle caps exist. That is its only saving grace.
That what
It's
exists?
the bottle cap mechanic. If
do you
the
mean?
bottle cap mechanic did not exist, this would be one of the worst mechanics by far that Game Freak's ever made.
What's the bottle cap mechanic?
Okay, so this was introduced in Sun and Moon, where if you had a Pokemon that's level 100, you can have its stats essentially perfect, quote unquote, because it has an invisible stat where it goes from 0 to 31, but they're randomized. So if you use like a silver bottle cap, you can max out one of them. Like you can max out health, speed, attack, or whatever. But if you have a gold one, it automatically does all of them, and so you have essentially what a perfect Pokemon would be. To have perfect stats, and you can essentially it's like a maxed out Pokemon that has everything that you want, and it has no flaws. Essentially, it's like the perfect version of that Pokemon. Because it's like, okay, for example, if I have two level 100 Pikachu, but they have different attack points. The reason for that is because there's an invisible number behind there that's in work. So if I use a bottle cap, it will increase the Pikachu's attack maxed out. So it'll be better than the Pikachu than if I catch a random Pikachu. Are you turning this up?
I'm just
Oh.
my mind is just like because I stray as far away as I can from competitive Pokemon because like the whole like IVs, EVs, blah blah blah, like all of that stuff just confused me. So I'm just like my mind is just boggled right now, for lack of a better word.
But yeah, essentially that's like if you want to make a true 100% competitive, like that's its only function.
Yeah.
That
Like-
was to fix the whole hacking problem that the past game had, where I always just use a hacking tool and I get a Pokemon for free that's perfect, and I'll have
Yeah.
to look. Like that was the whole trying to mitigate that. But now since you can't hack Pokemon, and also this does actually the no dex thing also limits like legendaries coming out, so I'm okay with that. Like I don't care for legendaries to begin with, except for like a couple, like a few exceptions, a few. But
The
that's
thing
like,
that bothers me is just the fact that like I can't do the stuff I wanted to anymore. Like because I like having like thematic. I'm a super casual Pokemon player. I like having thematic like teams. So, for example, and when I got Pokemon
Yeah.
Sun, I would have only a Alolan Pokemon team. And then when I got to the Ultra Beast, I had an only Ultra Beast team. Then when I got the Legendaries and the Tapus, I had an only Mythic and Legendary team. But I can't do that anymore.
well, I mean, you can't do that with mythical and legendary, but you can do it with like almost every single Pokemon. And what from it looks like, the only Pokemon that it looks like are gonna get cut out are just good majority of the legendary Pokemon and a lot of the really gimmicky Pokemon that have no purpose of even being there in the first place.
Okay, that's good. Because if anyone at fucking Game Freak starts taking out starters, I'm gonna throw fists.
No. I'm quite sure they're gonna leave the starters alone because they're not that significant to the point of like it's game breaking. Like I'm quite sure they'll remove like the Pokemon that have caused like competitive problems, and I can see why they remove like things like Megas because you don't want to fucking Mega King has gone from Gen 6 that has Power Up Punch still, just running
Or
around rampant
or
throughout the entire play.
the absolutely disgusting overpoweredness that is Mega Sableye.
How's Mega? Wait, I never. Hold on. So I never understood how Mega Sableye or Mega. I understand how Mega Mawile is overpowered because of its stupid ability, but how is Mega Sableye overpowered?
Its stupid ability and its type.
Oh, Magic Bounce and I died.
Yeah, it's like because the thing is, it's essentially, do you not have a fairy type Pokemon? Sucks, my guy.
Well, I mean, you can just have a scrappy fighting type or normal type that uses a fighting type move and you're dead. Like,
I guess.
and even
I guess,
then,
like-
all you have to do is just not throw anything that's like negatively affecting the Pokemon. You can literally just Earthquake a Mega Sableye. It'll be already half health, and the Mega Sableye will barely be able to do any damage back because it's not meant to do damage. It's meant to be a defensively support Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it also has like the lower end of base stats. Like it's a 300 base stat Pokemon, and you're only giving it 100 more, making a 400 base stat Pokemon. It's gonna be a lot worse than a lot of the other general Pokemon. A pseudo legendary can clear that thing out really fast. Like that. So, in that sense, like the only thing I get that they want to make megas like really like special and like other mechanics special, but like you essentially mix two mechanics that are pre-existing into one thing, which kind of frustrates me. Kind of the only issue I have. Oh yeah, also the other Pokemon, the new Pokemon that they showed out. I saw like a couple memes, and they showed off like past generation Pokemon that literally look or are exactly the same thing as what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like All Cream.
I haven't seen that
is-
video yet.
No. Okay, so All Creamy is essentially a Slurpup. All Creamy is essentially a bootleg Slurpup. Because it has the same abilities, which is Sweet Sweet Veil, I believe is what it's called. They both have Sweet Veil as their standard ability, and they're both based off of like All Cream is based off of cream, and Slurpup's based off of meringue. So essentially, they're kind of the same thing, very similarly.
Yeah.
Pure fairy type Pokemon.
One thing that I'm very excited for, which I was talking like last time you guys had the podcast, was the legendaries. Whoa, I love them.
Yeah, I remember you said you loved the legendaries.
Like,
I
okay,
remember the name.
I have like a thing for legendaries with the fact that like I always love their themes and I like to dissect their themes. It's like so Galileo now the whole theme was like alchemy, with like the sun, the moon, and all like the magical stuff to do with them. And this one,
and this one's
the-
Nordic mythology.
yeah, the big debate is that is it like typical, like England like English knights, or is it mythology? Because
It
I'm
might
not.
be more like mythology, but there's a third legendary because in the trailer it just shows there's some shit going on. Yeah, there's a third Pokemon, yeah, that we don't even there's a third legendary we don't know about. Yeah.
Have we ever had more than two legendaries in the past games?
Hmm.
Not Thor. What's his name? Odin has two wolves along with him at all times, who are his. No, wait. One sec.
That's it.
Basically, it's like I'm forgetting the words right now. Yeah, I'm forgetting the words. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, Odin sits on his throne with his two wolves. One wolf carries his sword. Another wolf carries his shield, and Odin sits on his throne with a raven with his ravens on his shoulders, holding his spear.
Yeah.
Which is why I want the third legendary to be either a giant raven or a giant dragon, that at least looks a bit like a raven, holding a spear.
Yeah.
I will be so incredibly happy.
Yeah. That'd be cool. The stream sort of cut out a little bit, so unfortunately that's kind of.
Oh,
Yeah, you're really low for me for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
can you guys hear me better now?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. No, I was just saying, like, I was like watching the stream, and it's like keeps like kind of lagging a little bit. Like it keeps saying stream offline, and then it goes back on.
Hello?
Well, I can hear you. It's just I don't know if it's either on mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hi, Mar.
Stop playing League. You
No.
Someone keeps texting. Alright, so wait, so you guys still buying Pokemon Sword and Shield with all the controversy that's been going on? How about that?
Honestly,
I'm still buying it because I just still I want to play a Pokemon game. It's just I haven't been able to. My my Moon version of
Oh, kind of cut out.
hello?
Yeah, we're still here.
Yeah.
Chat?
Oh, where did Shadow go?
I don't know.
Oh, there you go. He's back.
Yeah, it was like cutting out for a little bit. I was like, what the hell?
Hello?
Yeah.
okay, we're back.
You said that you were still.
Is everyone back?
You said you were still gonna buy it, right?
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. What about you, Henry? Are you still buying the game?
Honestly, probably yeah. Like the game looks like. Yeah, I'm a bit upset about the national decks, but that's the thing. Like, if what Shadow said is true and it's only legendaries, then I really won't mind it. Because what I was worried is that they would start getting rid of like there's just Pokemon that I really like, Pokemon that I was looking forward to being able to get, you know?
Uh-huh.
I mean, they'll get rid of some Pokemon, but they're probably like I've seen some sort of like statistics of like, oh, people don't care about this Pokemon, so we're just gonna remove it because no one gave a shit about it in the first place, or something like. And even then, if like you don't find your old favorite Pokemon, you just find that you just out in the game.
Okay.
So, and even by that point, they could just make like the battles simulator where it's just purely battle and you just have all the Pokemon there. Like, that's a non-issue. And then you could just directly transfer your Pokemon from there.
Alright. I mean, for me personally, like, I mean, this is obviously gonna be my first Pokemon game, so for me, like, with the national dex not being in the game and the graphics may not be iffy as of now.
I mean,
As of now.
the whole reason, like the majority of the reasoning for people complaining about it is because like I can't have all the Pokemon in one game anymore. But that's because we're like already at 1,000 Pokemon. If we're already adding like Gigamax, like adding other ones, we're gonna be definitely over 1,000. And it's gonna be very difficult to upkeep 1,000 Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what game has where they upkept with every single character in one series. Like I have never seen a game that upkeeps with every single character within their genre of the game. Like not even fighting games do this. They sometimes cut out characters and you just can't like, put every single character because it's just not possible.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll still get it. Like, I know I can understand a lot of people. They're a bit mad, angry about this whole Pokemon Sword and Shield controversy ever
Yeah.
since after E3 with Game Freak sort of coming out saying that they won't bring as much Pokemon into this game. And like, yeah,
Yeah, well, they just like remove like some Pokemon, so that way they can cycle through.
yeah. And then also, how people were saying that, that they're recycling the animations for the Pokemon. And, it's like sort of like lazy
Well,
and
they have to refurbish a lot of the models. I mean, and a lot of those refurbished models are due to Gigamax and all the Dynamax. Once you scale a Pokemon, that can cause a lot of problems because essentially Pokemon is essentially what it is.
Okay. Alright. So yeah. So any more last minute thoughts on Pokemon Sword and Shield? Or are we good? Wait, guys, can you still hear me?
You were cutting out.
Yep.
Just
Shadow were cutting out a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I apologize. Like, internet's been, I don't know. It's been going haywire, so bear with us.
Discord at the moment.
Yeah, Discord, I don't know what's going on with Discord. It's just.
Assuming server maintenance or.
Yeah, we might need to find some sort of other call system that's like just dedicated for calls, like for this kind of type of thing.
Yeah, because it's just annoying that Discord keeps, like, making us keep lagging.
Has it been happening for a while?
Yeah, it's been kind of happening.
Happening
I thought
like
it
a
was just
couple
today.
days ago.
So,
I assume it's just maintenance with servers and whatnot.
yeah. Yeah, I was saying, like, earlier, like, is there any, like, last minute thoughts on Pokemon Sword and Shield and the whole controversy? And
I think that's all we have to say other than that.
I think we're all good? You, Henry?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, we're all good.
Alright. Yeah. I mean, I just hope, like, Pokemon Sword and Shield at least have some sort of, like, good sides to it. Some, I mean, obviously there's more bad sides than good, but I don't know.
Here's your good side. It's a Pokemon game on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On a mainstream console, at least.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, we've already had a Pokemon game that's Pokemon Let's Go Pick You Need Me, but I can't.
Yeah, but I don't think people care.
That's fine.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Also, what's up, Potato for Life? Welcome to the stream.
finally, we got somebody that can
Yeah, we're just talking about Pokemon, Sword and Shield controversy, and Nintendo Switch Lite. So, do you have any thoughts on that? Is the Nintendo Switch Lite the new type of Switch? Yeah, it's
Yes, it is a new type of Switch that they're advertising.
It's the Switch.
That is
Mini.
just for that is only handheld.
You know,
There's no docking or anything else.
Yeah.
something
but it
funny.
Nope.
Oh my god.
what were you gonna say, Kai?
Huh? Oh, I was gonna say something funny I pointed out was that I just remember a few weeks ago in the Skype chat I was like, yo, there's like these Switch Mini like renders and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and like y'all were all like, I'm pretty sure they aren't real. I'm like, come like today and they look like, almost exactly like it. I'm like, huh.
Wait, didn't I post? It was Game Explain, and they were showing the new Nintendo Switch they were gonna release in like a game conference or something like that.
What?
I think I might have heard something.
Yeah, I think
That
so.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
familiar.
found the ones that I
There's,
found
like,
were
a
on Twitter.
Switch- Yeah, it was called a Switch Mini because like people didn't know what to call it in like the game conference. Because it was there in the show floor. It just didn't get much attention or was officially
Yeah, the whole thing behind it was that these people made fake renders from a video on YouTube, and since companies like Amazon and a bunch of other like even Best Buy I think had it in Italy, they were already retailing Switch Mini accessories, and so somebody took the render from a video, photoshopped it perfectly onto the same like retailing sites, released it to the public, and everybody went wild. The funny thing I found out is that I was looking back at it a few hours ago. It looks almost exactly like the Switch Lite. And the funny thing is that Nintendo actually had to come out and say that this isn't like what it looks like. But then cut to today, and it's almost like an exact replica.
Yeah.
And like, I was showing my dad, 'cause I was freaking out when this first happened. So I was telling my dad, and he's like, "Why would Nintendo come out on a tangent and say it's not that one if it wouldn't be somewhat in relation to it?" Because the info I remember it had was like, there's no dock, there's like a bunch of other stuff it didn't have, but it was just a flat tablet with the button pad replaced with a D-pad, and it was basically a scaled down Switch. And my dad was saying like, why would Nintendo like take time out of their business hours and say it's a fake if it wasn't closely tied to the
I think it's more to keep it under
original one.
wraps more than anything.
Wait, hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to pause you guys real quick. How much will it be? It's gonna be $200 for the Switch Lite. I just wanted to answer Potato's question, so.
Okay.
And pause it.
So you said you were finishing up, Kai?
Oh no, that was my final thought. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Switch Lite is gonna be $200. Like, yeah, it's like we said earlier in the podcast. Like, it has like lack of features, like no HD rumble and IR scan.
It's essentially a stripped down Switch that just has the basics of what it needs to run.
Yeah.
Only needs the essentials really.
Uh-huh. Actually, just
Essentials.
say something. I had something about the Switch Mini earlier, but the Lite, but I forgot.
I find it easier calling it the Lite, to be honest. Or no, fuck the Mini.
And I can do both.
Yeah.
You bitch.
So what's for that?
You bitches said you would tell me when you were doing Sword and Shield. Blake, I like like how in Discord like you add add people on Discord.
Hey, you can add people on Discord.
Yeah, I did that for Blake, but I was like, where the hell is he?
Yeah, he left. He left earlier because he just didn't want to commentate about the other thing.
Yeah.
But Blake, if you want, you can go ahead and come in because it's not late. Because we're still talking about Pokemon techniques.
I don't.
How long have we been talking about Pokemon? I feel like it's been like we've been talking about Pokemon for just like a straight 45 minutes, I believe.
No, I think it was like 20 minutes at the very least. I think we talked about football.
Is it right if I talk about the Switch Mini size real quick? Just like a quick point out for people that like want to find out how big it is.
Yeah, do you want to?
Oh yeah, no. Wait, I already said this, right? That it was essentially as big as a Nintendo Switch. Just take out one Joy-Con, and that's how big it is.
No. I was looking. There's like an entire Instagram thing, but it dives into the size of the original Switch and comparing. It's a compare and contrast between the Lite and the original. In terms of size, the Switch goes up about 4 inches. Switch Lite is roughly about 3.6 inches, so it's reduced by a few centimeters.
Mm-hmm.
It's also not as long as the original Switch, with the original one being 9.4 inches long, with the Lite only ranking at 2 inches long. So basically, they dilated it down by roughly 1.5 inches, give or take. So if you basically take your Switch out right now, and then like try to shrink it down by like a little bit, there's a Switch Mini.
If you did that,
Like it's not.
sure.
It looks more comfortable, to be honest. But looking at the Joy-Cons now,
You
I can
fucking
see-
pieces of shit.
yep.
We pinged you on
Yeah, we
Discord.
pinged you on Discord.
I don't get those.
Your fault.
Oh, did you block them? Wait, did you block those notifications?
Ah, god damn it.
Oh.
Don't worry, Blake, I
don't
do
wanna be-
too. I do
don't wanna
too.
be spammed on 2 different accounts.
I do too. Don't worry.
Ow, why didn't you just like text me?
I
Like,
thought I
"Hey,
didn't know you didn't get those notifications. I thought you were gonna get it, so that's why I was like, okay.
Let's just DM him.
If I didn't get them in 10 minutes, I don't think I'm gonna get it anytime soon.
Oh, like, all right. Well, I mean, now you're here, so do you want to give your thoughts on the Pokemon Sword and Shield thing? All right, hold on. Let me go back.
I know people say no one's perfect, but you're the very definition of that.
Wow, wow, Blake. I mean, you could
I'm
say that to
imperfect.
anyone else in the call.
And if I mean, I probably hurt people's feelings if I told them how I really felt.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, see.
What the heck? Why'd you-
I'm not saying.
Oh God.
Oh my,
Like,
Mar.
I
What
better
the
not do
fuck
bitch
is that?
today.
Yeah, Mar, you just went like robot.
It's gonna be what it's like during the stream. I'm gonna
It
scream.
is like that during the stream.
It's actually clear. Holy shit.
It is like that during the stream.
But seriously, what the hell?
I don't. Oh, I mean, you're here now, so you want to talk about it? Wait, hello? Oh my God, Discord.
Hey,
It's dead.
pussy's wet.
Okay.
And now everybody shut.
For once.
Yeah. All right, Blake. So, come on. What do you think about the controversy
Oh, shit.
Come on, one.
about the Pokemon Sword and Shield controversy about no national decks, the graphics not looking good?
I don't fucking
And
care about the
Gigamax,
national decks. If people are
because
complaining about the
Gigamax
national decks, they're
kinda
fucking
dumb.
stupid.
I'm complaining about the national decks a bit.
If people are actually complaining about that, then they fucking don't understand anything.
No, because the reason I was complaining about it is because I thought it was gonna be worse than it actually turns out it's going to be. Because when I heard, I'm like, yo, they're getting rid of some of the past Pokemon. I'm like, what the hell do you mean they're getting rid of some of the past Pokemon? Like, how bad is it gonna be? Is it gonna be like half a gym is gonna get taken out, or a whole gym will get taken out?
It's part.
That's what I
it's
was worried
bits and
about.
pieces of each, though,
I'm the
'cause that's
type of
Yeah.
person who just like doesn't bitch about it, to be honest.
I mean, a game's a game.
Yeah, pretty much. And like the graphics like being bad. We've seen what the graphics look like. They're not bad.
People are just like, oh, but like, people are like, oh, the animations look bad. It's like, dude, the game is in beta. Come on.
Yeah, and
but,
also
like this game doesn't come out for another 5 months. Not everything's
Yeah.
final.
And then the funniest part is they compare it to like, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and we even talked about that. Like Breath of the Wild looked complete shit when it started
And like
because it was on the Wii U,
Oh,
and it looked
shit,
like
my game
complete
crashed.
shit.
What? I don't understand what the fuck the problem is. What like with Pokemon looking like Breath of the Wild? I think that's great. Like people complain too much.
I know I
Shut the
don't
fuck
care.
up.
Yo,
No,
whiny
no,
ass gas.
Okay, because of one tree not looking on par.
Yeah,
Everyone-
And because
let's
of one
frame
way-
the fucking tree. Let's
I mean,
cause
that's what they did
people
with
to-
Spider-Man, right? Like, people patronize fucking whoever the hell made it because like the water was looking off or some shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's
The one tiny thing that makes people.
His dick smaller?
Like, the thing that pisses me off about like people complaining is like they were complaining like, oh, one tree looked bad and what was it? Like one Wingull wasn't animated. Like, dude, at least we weren't seeing like the main character's stiffy mode walking throughout the map.
Oh yeah, that the Wingulls were like floating,
Yeah.
even though the Pokédex says they don't flap their wings at all.
Oh yeah, that is true.
And then people make the, and then the stupidest part, people make the argument like, yeah, but in the animation series in the movies they flap their wings. Yeah.
Oh
Guess
yes.
what? Because the animation- it's not made by Game Freak.
And also, in the anime where a Pikachu one-shots a Onix with Thunderbolt,
Which literally doesn't make sense in the first place.
Christ. Like that.
I'm just not gonna respect the anime when they literally break the series to that extent.
I mean, it's neat, it's an interesting thing, but obviously that's like the first generation where like they just didn't. But now, I mean, nowadays it's better. It's better now. But
What the
okay,
fuck?
Oh, sorry. Did you can hear that?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
shit.
no, we
I'm
can't.
testing things. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's for my screen lagging out in the middle tonight. I'm going to actually die.
So, oh shit, I have my.
Oh no, it's right. Animation. And also the thing is, they're actually made by a third-party animation company that paid to have the license of Pokemon. So that way they can make the animated series. They're not always like not that far.
Okay.
Wait, what else was? Wait, hold on. What else was something that people kept complaining about?
I think
Thing that people.
that's about it.
Was that literally it?
I mean,
If that was like it, then that's like a small ass.
yeah, I think yeah, I think that's about it. Okay. All right. So I think.
Okay, whatever.
Oh wait, actually,
Oh.
did you hear? Special Dex wasn't coming in.
Yeah, I think we addressed.
Yeah, we
that
already addressed that.
I think our general consensus.
Like,
is
oh
that,
yeah, the thing.
I think the general consensus within the group of ours is like we don't give a shit because it doesn't really affect us.
Yeah. But it does affect a majority of Pokemon fans.
Like the reason I was upset is because, like I said, I was just like kind of panicky over the fact, like, oh, what Pokemon are they gonna delete? Is it gonna be someone I like or someone who I don't care about?
Maybe, I don't know, no one cares about you. So. It's so good.
Obviously, everyone cares for Mega because Mega's Mega. Because Megas are actually catered to like for everyone. So, you know.
Yeah, the fact that they're getting rid of Megas also irked me.
I miss Megas. Damn it.
Mega is actually a form of Mega Evolve and just inflating it. Literally, that's all it is. And that's all happens not.
Okay. Alright, well, I think we should
Yeah,
probably.
give me a sec.
Oh,
No one's gonna do this. No one cares.
Come back.
alright.
Screen, just like you guys are lighting so tree.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I'm gonna start the hold on.
I was gonna say, like, I think we should probably wrap it up because it's getting a little late for me, and plus, you know, I think we
Yeah.
covered pretty much everything.
I think the longer this takes, the worse.
Yeah,
Discord gets.
the word.
Hey, treat it professional.
Yeah, pretty much.
The wait.
Okay,
What the heck? What the heck is that?
so-
Alright.
Okay, yeah, I think you need to hurry
Yeah,
up
I
and
gotta
say
hurry up
this
and end the podcast. Alright, well, thank you all so much for coming by. Anyone in the chat, really do appreciate you guys coming to the podcast. And yeah, I mean, like I said, we talked about Nintendo Switch Lite 2019 so far, and the Pokemon Sword and Shield controversy, and yeah, I guess we gave our thoughts on everything. So there you go. So just want to say thank you all so much for coming by, and yeah, thank you everyone in the call for coming by as well.
Right. Bye, everyone.
So yeah, so thank you guys so much, and we'll see you all next time.